Hello and good day to you. Welcome to this video. So in this video, I want to introduce to you the idea of using libraries. So what example are there of those libraries? Okay, if you see the class library test I have right here, it's just a simple function that adds 2. Okay, it's not very complicated. If I put 16 here, I add 2, I will get number 18. Okay, so you're asking me, okay, what's the point of this? Where is the magic? Okay, so if you take a look at the models classes, and this is under the test page. Yeah, this is under the test page. Vim test page. Test page.csHTML. Okay. Vim. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Go to pages, vim test page .csHTML star. Okay. What will you see here? Okay. All right. This is where I put the thing. Okay. This on post add is the new function by which I use to add 2 to whatever number I put there. Okay. And of course here is the form. Alright, here's the form, very nicely put. Okay, border p3 blah blah blah. These are all the bootstrap classes, right? And I have ASP input and ASP validation for, as well as a submit button. Okay, I reference the model added number. Okay, this is the added number right here. Okay, so the added number, okay, the added number is equals to the test number. Okay, test number plus an add2 function. Okay, under the calc functions. What is this calc functions right here? Right, the calc functions here. Okay, I again use a dependency injection for calc functions. Okay, I have an interface iCalc functions, calculation functions. I put it as this calc functions right here, and the dependency injection system. Okay, I use a scope service for this one. Dependency injection system takes this calc functions object in, which implements this interface iCalc functions. Then at the constructor, I do the injection. If you are familiar with injection, dependency injection, this is pretty basic stuff. And if you take a look at where I'm injecting this, okay, what I'm injecting right here, okay, builder services add scope iCalc functions, vbLibrary calc functions. Okay, what's vbLibrary? Okay, so I'll show you here. Go to models and go to calc functions and iCalc functions.cs. Okay, and on the right side you will see the interface, public interface iCalc functions. All right, and the only function here is just to add 2 to this number. All right, so we have a double which is called x, and then after that hopefully you will have we'll have a function that adds 2 to it. Right here on the left side, we see the implementation of these calculation functions. Right, the calculation functions. Right on the left side, the first implementation is this class csLibrary calc functions. So this is a calc function based on a C# library. Okay, C# library, well, is basically all these C# files you like to compile into another project, a separate project from this one. Okay, I'll show you how the structure is like later. But basically, I'm making a new class. I'm making a class library, and it's under the CS class namespace. All right, it will be called class 1. Okay, the class is called class 1, and of course here I implement my add2 function by calling a method from this class C# class library called addition by 2. Okay, for the visualBasic, it's the same thing. Okay, I make a class here, visualBasic class library 1 is under the namespace, VB class library my class 1. Okay, and then in the constructor I make the new class object. Okay, this VB class library 1 equals to new VB class library dot my class 1. Okay, so of course I can do dependency injection and all that, but I'm not going to do that. Doesn't really make sense. Okay, Don't need to do so many layers of loose coupling if it is not necessary. Okay, I implement the function here. Alright, public double add to. Okay, I implement the interface right here using this function. Okay, I declare what is y, and I access an add to function within this visualBasic class library. Okay, so what's so special about these two things? Okay, if you take a look at this .NET solution test here, this is where I actually place my libraries. One for the C#, one for the visualBasic. So I go to the visualBasic, and you'll see under class1.vb, this is where I have my add2 function. Okay, this is where I have my add2 function. Right, add2 is actually written in visualBasic, not C#. So the quite remarkable thing about it is, a C# class can actually call upon a visualBasic class, and that's the nice thing about .NET Core. Okay, if you have functions that are in visualBasic, you can use that and you can call it using a C# class. Alright, there's no problem with that at all. Okay, let's see, up a directory, and now let me show you the C# class as well. Okay, I have in this C# class, there's really nothing that new. I put it in a namespace called csLibrary, public class class1, public double addition by 2. This is where I put in a new function called addition by 2, and literally I do nothing but add 2. Okay, now what's remarkable about again, want to stress it, if you have visualBasic libraries, you can call it using a C#. Okay, but why would you want to do that? Okay, visualBasic is a code that's old, legacy, probably not going to be supported for very long as C# takes over more and more. Okay, my reason is because there are lots of libraries written in visualBasic, right? Lots of libraries written in visualBasic that I want to use for the project. Okay, for my own projects. And they're written in .NET framework, not .NET Core. They're slightly different. Okay, but of course the code is none other than DWSim, Daniel Wagner's Sim, I think. Alright, and you see for example, all these libraries, thermodynamic libraries, all of these are in visualBasic. As you can tell, you can tell what kind of class library this is just by looking at this thing here. For C#, you have csproj as the abbreviation. For visualBasic projects, I will have vbProj as the abbreviation. So if we look inside the thing here, in the main file we have calculator.vb, and all of this, fortunately or not, they are written in visualBasic, not C#. So the main reason why I want to learn how to import visualBasic libraries is mainly because of this. I want to move a lot of this code over and call it using C# code. Okay, so most of these are written in C# and visualBasic, but mostly visualBasic here. Okay, not all of them will work on .NET Core. Yeah, but that's the reason I want to learn. So if you have a visualBasic.NET that you want to use and you want to call those libraries within a C# code or within the ASP.NET Core kind of a thing, where I have this right here. Alright, I have an add2 function right here. Yeah, then this is the video to watch. Okay, I don't see many videos doing this online, so well, I guess I can make one new one. So just to prove that this is the function that I'm really altering or modifying, instead of adding 2 here, I'll add 200. Okay, I'll add 200. Okay, so show you. Now you can see I added 200 to the number. Hopefully that convinces you that yes, I'm using a visualBasic library right here to do my calculations. Okay, and it's this visualBasic library called add2. Okay, I'll delete, I'll save, and the hot reload should do about it nicely, so it becomes it goes back to adding 2. Right, so I want to show you the steps I used to get here, so be prepared. It might be a little bit tedious, okay, but yeah, so yeah, it might be a bit tedious, so do bear with me. Okay, this is the experimental branch. Okay, so let me shut this down. This is the experimental branch, and I don't think we need MariaDB now. I exit that. Okay, this is the experimental branch, and I'm not going to deal with the experimental branch. I'm going to go to the main branch. Okay, let me clear. And I'm going to start with a so-called more blank page, so that you can see how we can start doing projects that reference each other, etc., etc. There are some steps to go through. Okay, so here's where we have our component repository. We did migrations, everything like that. Okay, and of course I have my .NET solution test right here. Okay, and I have a C# class library and visualBasic class library here. Okay, both of these are not tracked, so let me remove both of these. So this is where we left off the last video. Okay, so all of these are here, all the Git stuff that should not be tracked, but they are anyhow, you know, tracked. Okay, so let's go to .NET Test, and let's go to program.cs. Oops, wrong side. Let's go to .NET Test.cs project. Okay, just to see what's in here. We have a Pomelo Entity Framework Core, MySQL, and Microsoft Entity Framework Core Design. So these are some package references we used. Okay, but we will need to, in order to use class libraries and all that, we will need to introduce those into the CS project here. Okay, so let's start slow. How do we deal with multiple projects? Okay, so, and what are projects? Okay, so this whole .NET Test folder is a ASP.NET Core project. Okay, so .NET Test here is this whole thing is one project. Okay, this whole thing is one project itself, and it is a project that pertains to a Razor page. Okay, you will see each project has a specific CS project file. So every .NET Core project will deal with one CS project file, or for VB projects you will deal with one VB project file. Okay, so let me go up one level. Okay, so normally speaking, we like to group our projects. So this project .NET Test, yeah, if you want to keep your code tidy, you may want to store the classes, all of these under different projects. Okay, and some of these projects are known as libraries. So libraries are other projects. At least in the .NET context, you can make other projects to be libraries, and those libraries will store, as the name suggests, they will store libraries of classes and functions that you might want to use, so that you don't store everything within the same project. Especially if your project gets really big, you might want to put some shared libraries into using another folder, or yeah, if you're sharing code with other people, you might want to put them in projects as well. Or in my scenario, if you wanted a visualBasic library and you wanted to call that visualBasic library, you can do that as well, and you should. If not, you cannot use two languages, visualBasic and C# within the same project. But you can use a C# project to call, or C# class to call another visualBasic class, which is in another project. Okay, so first thing first, we want to be very organized. Okay, so I'm not going to do things through Visual Studio or VS Code. I'm just going to do things via the terminal, since this is on Manjaro. On Visual Studio, there are automated tools for you, but I do not have Visual Studio now, so we'll just make do. Okay, and this one is a lot less resource intensive. Okay, so let's just start. Okay, I'm going to make a folder called libraries. Okay, I'm going to make a folder called libraries. I'm going to go to the libraries. Okay, so it makes sense, right? We are making C# libraries and visualBasic libraries right here. Okay, and how do I want to organize those libraries? Okay, the normal way of organizing is to organize them together in the same solution file. Okay, so if you have multiple projects you're working that are related, you tend to want to put them within the same solution file. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so yes, let's just start with making a new solution file first. Okay, a solution file is just nothing but a way to list and modify projects. Okay, it's a way to list related projects together. Those projects could be libraries, it could be the .NET page. So the way to make a new solution is .NET new solution. Okay, we can of course specify a name for this solution. Okay. Okay, if you see here, okay, .NET new solution. If you take a look here, you can actually well, where is it? Oops. Help. You can actually look at .NET solution help or H. It says what? It creates an empty solution containing no projects. So let me see whether my memory still hasn't failed me yet. I want to make a new solution file. New solution called my solution. So I use the dash name or dash name my solution. Okay. Okay, .NET new solution, you can specify the name called my solution, and then the new solution file is called mySolution.sln. Okay, if you take a look in the my solution file, there's really nothing much inside here except it tells you the Visual Studio version, the minimum Visual Studio version, etc. etc. Okay, we don't even use Visual Studio, so yeah, I don't know, we don't really have to be bothered. All we need to know is that this solution file is a good way for us to organize our code. Okay, but I won't elaborate too much except how to create it, how to add stuff to it. Okay, so I'm going to add this .NET test, okay, to the solution file. And normally the solution file we will usually create it in this folder right here. Okay, under the .NET Core YouTube. If you have many libraries over here in this folder, I will normally make the solution file here, but to kind of make it neat, I rather place the solution file under the libraries folder so that it doesn't clutter the front page here. Okay, so this is not exactly the best practice. I'm just showing you some syntax, some of the syntax I learned. Alright, so let's add the .NET test project to this solution. Alright, so how do you do it? Okay, how do you do it? You take a look here, .NET solution add. Okay, .NET solution add. You go and look for, you have to look for the CS project file. Okay, so .NET add, type your solution name. Okay, mySolution.solution, and then you type the path to your CS project. Okay, go .NET test. Okay, and then you're supposed to look for .NET test.cs project, and you put it into this solution file. So what are you typing here? .NET add to this solution. Okay, add to this solution this new project. Okay. Alright. Oh, pardon. This .NET solution add. Okay, .NET solution mySolution.solution add. So to this solution file, you add this project here. Okay, that's how you add the project to this solution. If you take a look at mySolution.solution, you'll see that now there should be a new section. Okay, you can see project blah 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 blah. Let me quit the site here. You can see the thing is actually added here. There's this path directory that goes to our C# project. Alright, so why is this good? Because when I run .NET build, okay, it will actually run the compiler on every single project within this solution file. So the nice thing about this solution file is that if you want to compile multiple projects at once, you can just use .NET build on this solution, okay, on the folder containing this solution file, and every project within this solution file will be so-called built up instantly. Not instantly, all in one go. Okay, so for example, if I run .NET build, okay, if I run .NET build, you will see that it will actually build the binaries for .NET test. Okay, it will actually compile all the C# code within .NET test. Instead of using .NET Watch as we normally do, we can just do .NET build on this solution file, and it will build up the .NET test Razor page for us. Okay. If we don't want this .NET test to be included within this mySolution, we can always do .NET solution remove. Okay, .NET solution, the solution file will be mySolution.solution, and remove the appropriate C# project. Okay, and then if you want to list what projects are inside mySolution, just use .NET solution mySolution.solution list. Okay, then it will say no projects found in solution. Now if I run .NET build, okay, if I run .NET build, it will not build anything. It will say warning, unable to find project to restore. What it means is that since no solutions are inside, no projects are found within mySolution.solution, it will not build any project at all. Okay, but if you keep adding projects to them and you type .NET build, it will build all the projects at once, meaning to say it will compile all the C# code, VB code, whatever code you have. Okay, so I'm going to add my C# project back, .NET solution, mySolution.solution, add the same CS project back, and .NET build. Okay, only when I add it back, then yes, we have a project to restore, we have a project to build, and it's fine. Okay, so we are only dealing with one project right here. So what about the libraries that we wanted to build? Okay, so if you take a look in the last in the preceding videos, I would have shown you how to make libraries, okay, using .NET New. So I'm going to use it again. Okay, I'm going to make a C# library and a VB library. I'm not going to use F# here because that's not really within my, not really what I want to do. Okay, .NET New. Okay, of course you can press help or -- list to see all the existing templates. Okay, we are looking for this thing called class library. So I'm going to build a class library. Okay, .NET New class library. Okay, I can specify the output folder. Okay, I want this to be C# library. Okay, C# library. Okay, so output is C# library. I don't need to specify the language because the language is C# by default. Okay, I do want to specify the framework, and I want to make it target Net Standard 2.0. Okay, why is the framework Net Standard 2.0 from the get-go? Because I want this library to be usable both within .NET Core and .NET Framework. Okay, .NET Framework is the older version of .NET that's only usable mostly on Microsoft Windows. Okay, and of course there's an open source version called Mono, which is a more cross-platform version of .NET Framework, but we will not discuss that. That's kind of out of scope of this video series. But just to let you know, such things exist. and .NET standard libraries actually are compatible amongst all of them. They are designed to be that way. Okay, so .NET new class library output will be C# library, framework will be .NET standard 2.0. So this is how you make a new class library. Okay, so you see that I will have a new C# library. Okay, and then it will have a csLibrary.csproj. csLibrary.csproj. This is where it is, and you can see this is a .NET standard 2.0. Okay, if you want yeah, so by convention, I will just always like to target .NET standard 2.0 with my libraries, so they are cross-platform compatible from the get-go. Okay, meaning to say Windows, Linux, Mac should be able to use them. If you want to use it within .NET framework, you can. .NET Core, you also can. If you want to target use it for .NET Core. Okay, so this is the C# library that I want to make. Not only that, I want to make the visualBasic library. So I'm going to make a new class library. The output will be the vbLibrary. vbLibrary and the framework is .NET standard 2.0. I will need to add another what do you call that? Another argument here. I need to say that the language is visualBasic. Okay, so .NET new class library output is visualBasic library. Okay, .NET standard 2.0 language is visualBasic. Okay, so that's the next one. Okay, and as you can see, go to visualBasic library, a new visualBasic class will be created. Okay, called class1, and the vbLibrary VB project will be here, targeting .NET standard 2.0. Notice there's this thing called root namespace here. Okay, the root namespace is here is very important because this will show you the correct namespace to access these classes within this library. So pay attention to this thing called root namespace. Okay, so if you can't remember now, I'll come back to it later. Okay, so this is how you make new libraries here. Okay, and of course again I can add the libraries to my solution. So .NET solution mySolution add csLibrary, and you go to the csLibrary.csproj, and of course I want to add the vbLibrary as well, vbLibrary.vbproj. Okay, and then what does it say? csLibrary.csproj added to solution, vbLibrary.vbproj added to solution. If I do cat mySolution of cat mySolution.solution, you will see that the CS project for .NET Test is here, CS library for CS project is here, VB library for VB project is here. So I have it in two languages now. Okay, if I run .NET build, okay, mySolution.solution, okay, I can actually specify which solution I want to build. Okay, I can actually run the compiler on all these libraries, okay, as well as the .NET Test project. Okay, so I can run the build compiler on all these things. All right, so this is okay, this is the way you can actually add multiple projects to the solution. So I'm just letting you know, cause it's important for if you are working in .NET to know what solution files are, why are they there. Okay, because you will see it a lot in other people's repositories, such as the this one. You can see that there is a solution file here, DWSim.solution, and you can see all these projects are actually added to the solution right here, as you can read from here. Okay, I will not go through how to do that, but yes, there's a DWSim solution right there. Alright, so now that we have used solutions, we need to be able to make these libraries accessible to the .NET Test right here. Okay, how do we do that? Okay, very simple. Okay, there are lots of new commands I'm showing within one video. So okay, maybe I'll give it a stop here, so so that I don't cram too much information within one video. But what did we go through? Okay, I've shown you the possibility of using a visualBasic library within a C# project. Okay, because a C# project actually calls a visualBasic library. Okay, I've shown you how to make a solution file, and I've also discussed what solutions are about and what's the convenience. Okay, the main convenience, of course, being that if I run .NET build on the solution, I will actually run the compiler on this CS library, this VB library, and every single project that we added to this solution right here. That is the purpose of this solution file. Okay, so I've also shown you how to make a C# library as well as a visualBasic library, and I added them to the solution, and we also did .NET build. So before we go further, I think can maybe take a break, absorb some of these things. I will leave all of the relevant information in the description below. See you next time. Thanks for watching.